Okay, well, hello again, friends. If you are watching for another relatively boring, relatively quick FSE trip, just for the fun of it. This time we are off to Denham. Let me get the chart. Oh, there we go. That's worked. VFR sectional, which I cannot read for the life of me. These damned American-style charts. Hey again, Ben. Here is Northolt. Here is Heathrow. Halton is here. This is the Bovington VOR, so if we had nav aids we could sort of use that. We're actually going to take off. You can see the Halton NDB here. We can't tune that because this airplane only has GPS and a VFR fit and an autopilot, so it doesn't have any of the radio nav aids to play with. But whatever, we're actually going to follow a road all the way down, which is the A413. We're going to follow that down, keeping it on our left-hand side, as is the convention, though I don't think it's mandatory anymore, thanks to SIRA. We're going to get to a place called Chalfont St Giles. Oh. Well, don't curse me, whatever you do. Mine's alright for the time being. And we could home in on the Chiltern NDB, but of course we can't. I don't know what that is. Don't know. We're not going into Northolt, we're going to come into Denham. And try and do it relatively realistically, head over towards St Giles and then in, and I think it's runway 08 or 07 at Denham, we're going to head in that way. We're going to do a stop, dump the packs, shut down very quickly, and then we are going to head right back to where we came from, and then do a little dirty dive back in here. That's it. And then maybe I'll get the 7.3 out, see if there's anywhere interesting to go. Although I might be a bit knackered after that. So yeah, let's crack on with that. Pentium, oh, that is old. A little bit sad. I've probably got a Pentium in a drawer somewhere. An old one. Back in the days when they used to be good. But like I've said before, X-Plane is very single core clock speed reliant. So actually some of the older i5s, certainly from like the 4 series onwards, if they've got higher clock speeds and less cores, then you can actually find yourself in a situation where you actually get pretty good performance considering. So don't forget that. I think the steering and the rudder looks like they were working normal now. I just reset the joystick and reassigned a few things and it seems to have worked, so weird. Anyway, let's connect to the VATSIM. Just put something in there. We're probably going to be departing at 19:15. Whatever, that'll do. Just to give them an idea, because we might actually speak to someone. I'm going to try and not speak to anyone, but let's see how we get on. Yeah, Vulkan makes such a big difference. You can put in a stonking graphics card. And don't forget, although if, let's say you've got a really old, tired PC that is, as you've self-admitted, not spectacularly great, don't forget that you could stick in a stonkingly good graphics card, buy that first while you've got some money, and then save up to upgrade the motherboard and everything. Your graphics card isn't going to necessarily be working very hard, but you can still turn the visuals up spectacularly high, and then just turn down all the CPU intensive stuff. So yeah, anyway, we're going to get 3 packs, we're going to get a little bit more fuel, so we've got half tanks. We're going to taxi down to 02 again, and we're going to take off. It will be a bit of a crosswind, I think, having had a look at the windsock. You can see over there, but we'll be alright. And then I'm going to really cheekily do a low-level turn and just head round back towards Wendover. Yeah, 1050. Well, 1050 is not bad. This is 1070, and okay, I've got a few more pixels to worry about, but you know, nothing too spectacular. Anyway, let's get that fully forward. Oh, everything was on. I thought it was. Just didn't seem like it was. 370, so that is the Q&H set. We're going to go about 1500 all the way down to Denham, just to keep clear of the airspace. We could go ahead and turn right, but then you get into the realms of getting close to Luton. Actually, why don't we just do that instead? Let's take off, go towards Tring. We will stay to the west of Bovington, make sure we don't go to Luton's airspace, and we'll do it at 1500 feet or so. something like that. So let's get X economy running. Active Sky's running, X-Pilot, we've done something there. Luton, we're not going to speak to. Thames, London Terminal, I don't know if they cover down to the ground. We could get the ATIS from Luton, should we choose. I am going to put Luton. London City we're not going to talk to, but London Terminal 134. 125 we could listen to. And hopefully in FS economy we have got Halton to Denham, 3 passengers, 27 gallons of fuel. Great, everything's running. Let's get going. So mixture's fully forward, brakes on, batteries on. Well, that was so weird. Anyway, let's try and do it properly. Get the avionics on, standby on there. We are racing about 3.6, so we just need to bring this back round. No, 3.06, something like that. Cool. And 0.2 is about there. Clear left, clear right. Check the brakes, make sure they work. Get back into the brain of GA flying. Rudder works. Let's go down here to 28. We are on traffic prefect 99, taxiing by the apron. Line up 02, correction, and line up, take off runway 02, departure over trig to the south. So I have no idea if anyone's around. So a bit easier. Where is the runway? We still need quite a bit of power to get us over all this. Try a flipped in takeoff this time. Maybe I need to edit this airport if we're going to use it a bit more frequently. Because this is killing the fuel usage. Anyway, that's a bit better. Right, correct runway, a little bit of interwind aileron. Power, heels on the floor. It's just fully forward. Off. Don't forget, in the real world, make sure you do a full and free takeoff control check. Literally vital. 55 for short field, 65. Let's aim for a 75 knot climb. We're not really using pitch. Really using the attitude indicator for pitch, we're just maintaining the airspeed. Wait till we get to 300 feet and then we can put the flaps up. Yeah, you can see Luton on the GPS there out to the right. So we are going to do about 90-degree turn to the right. Looks like 300 feet, flap up. Up and pitch up. Okay, that's a bit better now. Oh, that was meant to be a glance. Doesn't that go back? It's irritating. I thought glance would mean back. Here's the A41. Not spectacularly well modelled, but not bad. I'm sure that it's a big cutting, so better. We'll go up to 50. We'll go to 2,000 because the train's a bit high here. You've got Tring out to our left. And then we're going to look for 155. It's actually a bit smoother now. As we get towards Tring, 155. will take us towards St Giles, so we're not quite going to follow the route down, but we probably will on the way back. So let's get a bit of a cruise climb going on, because we don't have to go too much further up. In reality, it's such a beautiful day, we'll be able to see London very clearly. Actually, we don't want to go that far around, do we? But we're heading, I'm following it. Let's try something like that initially, and level the airplane off. Keep the throttle fully open, and we'll use the mixture to. Yeah, okay, so VFR nav is really just using a chart and calculating from the forecast winds what you need to get your track, and using ground features to navigate. So let me just get the airplane set up in the cruise here. Definitely don't want to climb up too high. And VFR flying is pretty much attitude flying as well, so using the instruments just to check what you're seeing out the window, using the horizon as a guide, and that spot on the window being on the horizon is pretty much working for level flight. So I've just leaned the mixture off. We're squawking 7,000 actually on out. I'm sure I pressed out. Could be wrong. And I am just effectively using GPS to cheat a little bit. You could put a route in, and then all you're doing is using headings and times for stopwatch speed. Like I say, you have to work out what speed you're going to be flying at. So if we were doing 120 knots, true airspeed, let's say for the sake of argument, it's easy to see in the Cessna, because you've got this nice little true airspeed gauge here. You can see the wind is bouncing us about. We're actually going up. We're losing 4 knots over the ground, and that's because we've got a wind coming from the left, sort of over here, about 12 knots. So it's only the wind that affects your flight over the ground, which is your track. Your heading is what you fly. Actually, coming up to Amersham, so we'll sort of follow the 413 down here. And so back in the really early days, you would be following roads, rivers, railway lines, that sort of thing. But to do it properly, you do need a chart. I have got, it's an expired chart now. We've got VFR nav on the iPad, which does have the actual charts you could use. And maybe I'll do, I think I've seen a couple of tutorials online that are quite good that explain VFR nav a little bit better. It's actually something worth getting your head around. Like I said, the difficult bit is getting your headings, tracks and times. Tracks you measure from the map, and the headings you have to work out. There is a flight computer called the CRP, or just the whiz wheel. We'll start, I think, following this route. So, is this Amersham? No, this is Cheshire. No, this is quite well because I'm going to hear from here. Amersham's up here. Follow, there's a road down here. Follow down. So you can use a computer to work it out. You can use an actual computer, an app or a computer to work out the tracks and distances, but it's actually not that difficult. So I'll probably talk about this all the way down. Actually, we've only got about 2 minutes to Denham, so maybe we'll talk about it all the way back. So this is Amersham. We'll just follow the road all the way down. Down traffic prefect 99, 2 minutes to run to the northeast inbound via St Charles, VRP 06. Yeah, we'll talk about max drift and everything a little bit. We'll start descending because here is the road that we need to follow. this road here that's wiggling along is the 413, and Chalfont St Giles is just up ahead. And we're pretty much on the base spec for 06, and hopefully the wind will work out for us. Yeah, I'll talk about how to actually work it out. It's relatively simple. If you look up mental dead reckoning on MDR, all you have to do is work out your max drift, and then wherever the wind is coming from, you can work out its effect on your ground speed. You can do it quite approximately and quite quickly mentally. And a bit like you can work out the max drift. So if you had a wind that was 10 knots, its max drift, and then if it's coming at you at 90 degrees, then it's going to be all of the drift. At 120 knots, it's half the wind speed, so your max drift is only ever going to be 5 degrees. And then you just apply that logic and work it out. Like I said, it's relatively easy to do ahead. Denham is out here on the left. Just beyond those trees, I think, is Denham. I think we're meant to be 1,000 for this. But yeah, it's a bit difficult to explain without diagrams, but I'm sure there's a couple of tutorials on YouTube where somebody's explained it a lot better than I have. But like you saw, you can do it in the 7.3 heading stopwatch and time, and it really does work if you've got live weather and you work it out. It's quite satisfying to do that. And you can do it in one of these obviously, but it's just a bit easier in the 7.3, although I don't know if you ever looked through some of the videos, I was hand flying it the whole way. So it's not that difficult when you pay attention. The 7.3 is a bit easier in some respects. So we're on the left base. I'm going to start slowing the aeroplane down. So we'll keep the aeroplane level at 1,000 feet. We've got to get into the white arc before we can apply flap. And we'll trim the aeroplane from descent. We can turn final just over here. And traffic, prefect 99, final 06 landing. The aerodrome should be out to our left. Go horribly wrong. There's the runway. Okay, we're a little bit high, so let's adjust that. It's a very narrow strip. It does have pappies in reality. I haven't flown in there, but it does have them. It's doing, I'm sure they line up. I think they're actually a bit steeper than 3 degrees. I'm not sure if that's accurate or not. Yeah. Just because we don't know what the wind's doing, we're not going for full flap. I think we're pretty much into wind because our ground speed is pretty low. We've at least got 10 knot headwind. A bit of a messy approach, but we'll clear the fence and we'll miss the trees. Do this. Ooh, bit of a thump. Yeah, whatever, that'll do. Twitchy on the rudder, and I'm just going to vacate onto this runway. No traffic, prefect 99, runway vacated. Just because it should be a little bit easier for us to move about on here and turn around, but you know what? It's going to do us. Let's come to a stop. Brakes on. Lights off. Fixtures off. Mags off. So let's end this flight. 26 gallons of fuel, we used hardly anything. And it's
Heathrow, we're around 710, stand 235, pushing back to face north for runway 09 left departure.
load selected, grand, 10-minute flight time. That was pretty easy, wasn't it? So let's head back at 2,000 feet. It's going to be about 10 minutes again. Good, there we are. So that's loaded up. The sky's still running. And Project Fly running. We should have our next flight set. 26 gallon, 3 assignments, we're good to go. So, throttle open, pumps on, beacons on. Aeroplane started up. It'll sort itself out. Get rid of that. Get the chat back. Quick control check. Traffic prefect 99 entering backtrack runway 07 for departure to the north. We will backtrack this time because the runway is relatively short. We can do it with some beams. This one, isn't it? Whatever. Close enough. 2406 you can see on there. So we'll go right down to the end, set the runway heading. Backtrack. And it is a lit runway, so you can't do a night rating in Denham. We don't have a night rating. That's something in the States that they, and to every PPL comes with it as standard. It's a separate rating in the UK. I'm sure I really want to fly a single-engined aeroplane at night. Denham traffic, prefect 99 taking off, runway 06. Okay, let's just fully forward. Off we go. Let me put the lights on. Straight ahead. Once we get to the end of these lakes, we're going to do a left turn and head towards the motorway junction, which is called Maple Cross. You're going to see that quite clearly. So we're just using ground features visually to figure out where we are. A little bit drift off runway heading. Up, pitch up. So you've got a bit of nose up trim to counteract the trim change from the flaps. Start our turn. We should see, well, we probably won't actually because it's under the nose. And even if you're sat in this position, you can't see much in the Cessnas. Big old cowling in the way. But if we look outside, there's a sewage work, so we should mention this is the M25. No, this is the M25, and this is what we're aiming for. Maybe close to this junction. Rittmansworth is over here. So that's the junction there. Like I said, difficult to see from here, but you can see it. With a little bit of head scratching in reality. trim and we'll go up to 2,000 feet again. Something of a cruise climb. The Chiltern NDB is out here somewhere. Literally out there somewhere. That's it there, see it? That's the NDB. You see that on any of the charts for Heathrow, now you know where it is. And now we can simply turn left and head back on our way towards Halton. We could use the Henton NDB if we were actually in an aircraft that had aids that do that. It's got the strobes on. Far too far around. So we will be going something like 30 give or take. Direct to Henton would actually do us if we can pick it up. So we see we can get some interesting thermals. To level off at 2,000. It's sketchy. I think Henton is the other side of that ridge. We'll just leave the aeroplane off. Save fuel. Do us actually, and we can either then go for a left base, correction, right base on 07, which is more realistic. 02. So, like I said, I'm not really following anything. I'm actually heading down for Henton at the moment, which will do us. Just using little touches of trim to try and keep us at 0, but again, you'd set the attitude visually and confirm what you see. See there it's a bit low, so I think that spot somewhere on the horizon, trim is actually quite difficult to get exact, but then it's being bounced around by the weather as well. So you can just let the airplane fluctuate. Of course, in reality, you do feel it a bit more. So we're straight over the top of Amersham again. Amersham is definitely Cheshire. That's the Cheshire, which is the longest tube station. Not sure about that area what's over there, but drifted off there again. Thermals from clouds, updrafts, that sort of thing. Yeah, 120 knots true airspeed gives us nice easy maths. Max drift is half. At 60 knots, max drift is all of the wind speed. At 120 it's half. 240 it's a quarter. It goes in that pattern. It's just an application of the 1 in 60 rule. 1 in 60 rule is an approximation that says for small angles, if you are 1 degree off of course after 1 hour flying, so not 1 hour flying, after 60 miles at 1 degree, 1 mile off course. So that's, you can extrapolate that to work out maximum drift. The wind here today is 065 and 12, max drift would therefore be 6. And it's effectively 065 is almost completely across, and so we would just say that is all crosswind. You can see that there's a difference of about 1 knot. So it doesn't work perfectly, but for navigating across the country, it's actually more than accurate enough. So our max drift would be 6. If we needed a track of let's say 305, then our heading would be 311. And that effectively is the FR nav. When you've got to do those things in your head, in the aeroplane, it adds to the challenge. Anyway, we've only got about 2 minutes to run to Halton, which is the other side of this ridge. Wendover is in this ridge, so it's quite easy to find. traffic prefect 99, 2 minutes to the south, inbound, right to base, runway 02. 02 will do us. We'll head through this gap and then we'll hoof a right because Wendover is the town that's on the nose, and final will just be straight over the top there. So we can start descending, power back just a little bit. Let's see how much pretend money we get for this little trip, including the aeroplane rental. About $2,500 virtual dollars the last 2 trips. I think these ones will be a little bit more lucrative because we've got half the time in the air. It's the aeroplane rental that's a larger proportion of the cost, although the FBO fees, 5 or 10% or whatever it is, take a big chunk out. So I can see the airfield over there, see the hangars, you'll be able to see it a lot better in reality. So let's get ourselves sort of roughly lined up. Intercept. Get the mixture fully forward. Start bringing the speed back. Once we get it in the white arc, we can get 1 stage of flap 10 degrees. And it's difficult to make out the runways, but it's over there somewhere. I think I'm sort of lined up. Really difficult to tell. Oh, that's alright, that looks like a runway to me. So 75 knots, and there's 2 stages of flap, bring it back to 70. Bit of extra lift, but also quite a lot of extra drag. See the speed drops off there. Working alright. Trim for the speed. Make a radio call or whatever. Shut down on the runway, log off of VATSIM, finish the flight. The thud as well, whatever, I need a sim. So let's come to a stop, log off, VATSIM. I don't have to vacate the runway. Get the flaps up, helps with braking. Lights can go off, brakes on, mixture's pulled, engine stopped, and that is us done. 12-minute flight time, 24 gallons of fuel. So what did we use? Like 3 gallons there and back. Well, that's that. Literally, that's it. Let's see what FS Economy says. We got 882 out. We did $1,700 there and back, which isn't bad for not a lot of time. So I've got a few more lined up, some trips to Northolt, and then a trip to Enstone as well. So maybe, I don't know, see when I can try and fit those in. But as you've seen, they're quite quick, quite easy, quite fun. But that trip to Denham, that's probably about a half an hour drive, I guess. And you can do it in 10 minutes in the aeroplane, which is fun. Anyway, that's it. I'll have a look. I'll see. See if it's getting a bit late for a line flight, so I don't know if I'll do another one. But anyway, Thanks for watching, guys. Ben, I'm sorry I couldn't give you a better explanation for VFR now. But do have a look around and then just come back with questions, because once you've got the basic idea in your head, I can sort of refine that better than trying to explain it from first principles, which is a little bit more challenging to do, especially if you don't have any visual aids or anything. So yeah, have a look, let us know. Thanks for watching as always. We'll look outside, shall we? Of our mighty steed. And yeah, I'll definitely do a line flight tomorrow, but I think I might do a couple more. Might do a trip to which one needs to be done first? Enstone needs to be done first, which is a shame, but do that doesn't take too long. And maybe a trip into Northolt, or maybe I could just knock off work a bit early and do all of them. Anyway, that's me done for now, so thanks for watching as always, thanks for the support, look after yourselves, have a great evening, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye for now.